In the beginning, my wife and I were responsible for all aspects of my daughter's care. And now she's older, she's a teenager, she just sends me a text saying, "Hey Dad, can you pick up my prescriptions?"
In our case, the challenges continue. But what I've learned is that I can do it. We can do it, my family can do it. And I've grown in ways that never would have happened otherwise. And we're like this summer, we're excited. Our daughter's going to be paddleboarding, and I would have never seen that coming when this all began.
I think once we really came to terms with our child's condition and fell in love with him and everything, we really were blessed to be surrounded in St. Louis and then here in Seattle with a medical team that made us know that we can do this, and we are very thankful that our son, while he definitely has had his struggles, has a wonderful attitude, and we strengthen one another. So it's been a good journey, but difficult.
As I reflect on the process, I realize that we have become much more confident over time. At first, we looked to the doctors to give us all the plans and information. And over time, we learned that we actually held very valuable information that the doctors couldn't possibly have, and information that was incredibly vital to the process of the best care for my daughter.
One of the biggest things for me is I have come to trust a system that I was not very trustworthy of in the beginning. And that's a big deal for me, partly as an African American, just not trusting the medical system very well, and then having to be forced to really trust my providers is a big change. And then also just having voice, learning that I have a voice and that voice needs to be a part of the conversation. And it's not something I have to fight and push for, but it is something that I need to use.
When I think back to how I've changed over time, the biggest thing it comes down to for me is just confidence. And I remember just crying to my father-in-law about all the things I was going to have to learn, and I just didn't want to do it. And about 6 months later, I met a woman who was just really fretting over whether or not she should give her child ice cream for breakfast. And it was just in that moment that I realized how far I had come and how the little things just didn't get to me anymore. And that's when I just asked her, "Hey, you're new here, aren't you?"